Good morning, Braveheart brothers. It's great to be with you this morning. I want to share with you how Braveheart really impacted my life. And I share with passion because God used Braveheart at a critical time in my life. And there's two principles that I've really incorporated. And I just want to commend them to everybody, whether you've been to Braveheart or you've been to Destiny Project, the female version of Braveheart. Because these are truly transformational things that we can utilize every single day. So in October of 2017, I woke up in Orlando, Florida. I was on vacation and I sensed in my spirit that God said to me, Steve, I'm changing you. And it was very hopeful because it was a difficult time in my life, a difficult time in our family's life. And I found myself just several months later in June of 2018 in Michael Warden's living room with a bunch of other leaders. And we were in his mountain home in Colorado, just beautiful deck overlooking the hills. And Michael just hosted us in such a beautiful way. But it was there that I learned two things: listening prayer and my identity. And the listening prayer is one I'm growing in more and more. In fact, not only do I have my first cup where I kind of try to just be still and know that He is God, but then more so, even in the evenings, just turning off the TV. We have an empty nest, so that's helpful. And spending some time in stillness and quiet. Sometimes I have my journal open. I might ask God a question. But it's just time with Him. He is God. And then the other one is identity. And my identity statement that I've developed, and it's kind of morphed a little bit over time, the short version is I'm a joyful, refreshing, reflective, free-flowing river of His Spirit, bringing His love, light, and living water to others, encouraging, comforting, and urging people to live in intimacy with God. But I was challenged more recently by somebody who said, if you take Ephesians 1 and just notice all the things that you are in Christ and write those down and realize they're not just aspirational, but they're actual in terms of who you are in Christ, it is so encouraging. It's so wonderful that we are loved, accepted, forgiven, that we are chosen, holy, and dearly loved, that He pours His love into our heart and He showers us with His kindness, wisdom, and understanding. He floods us with His light and puts our shadow behind us when we look into the light of His face. So encouraging. That would be a great exercise for anybody to just look at Ephesians 1 and write down all the wonderful promises that we have in Jesus. And then being still and knowing that He's God, just as a flower turns toward the sun and blossoms and grows, so as we turn toward Jesus, we blossom and we grow, we thrive in Him. I love Psalm 24 that says, open up ancient doors and let the King of Glory come in. And so I've kind of added another element to my identity statement that says, King of Glory, with all authority, would you rule and reign in my life today? Have fun with being still in His presence, developing your identity statement, and then that really silences the voice of the enemy because it's the truth of God that dispels the lie. And just want to bless you with that. If you want to hear about some upcoming retreats that Braveheart is having, we'll be in Colorado this October. There's another retreat, BraveHeart Intensive, down in Georgia coming up. And then if you're in the Cleveland area, we're going to start a new Braveheart class edition, not just weekend retreat, but a class that runs 8 weeks long. And that will start the beginning of March. Please like and subscribe, and we'll keep you posted. God bless you.